Yeah, what's going on, traders? Today we are ending a little bit red, about 2% red, $91. Not a big deal. Today was kind of a weird day. We had some things kind of chop around. Nothing had clear momentum. Um, I tried to buy HIND up here, um, and I got this weird. Tried to buy it for this candle as it broke the high. I got some weird hotkey buying power issue, so the order got rejected. Um, Honestly, that I think I was trying to buy like through 7 and through the high day, so that I don't even know if that trade would have been green because I probably would have held.
XTKG approaching a key support level.
And hold on, let me turn my scatter off. And I probably would have held trying to get the push higher, and then it rejected, so it might have been like a break even trade. I don't know. Maybe I would have took some profit then stopped out break even. But either way, this one had really good range on it. It went from like $3 all the way up to 740. And I was trying to time this double bottom, and I was just hesitating too much because I don't know. It just wasn't a great setup. The only thing I liked about this was the range on it. So I'm like, if I can just catch like 20 to 50 cent bounce back up to VWAP and maybe hold some more through VWAP, I'd be set. But hesitated, and then tried to trade this extension candle through the high day. It looked decent on the 15-second chart, but uh, this is what I saw. So I had my line drawn. I saw the pop, the pullback, and then the volume come back in. So I just tried to buy here at 7 through 750. Yeah, it could have worked. I don't know. It instantly got slammed down on, so not the greatest setup, but the idea was okay. The one I did trade was IVF. This one was running for a while, and I didn't trade in this, but I tried to trade this consolidation here. What I liked most is on the 5 minute chart, you can see it kind of dip down, break declining resistance, pop, retest, and then to try to push higher. I tried to trade it on this candle um, through the push through high day, and it just pretty much double topped and rejected. As you can see, what I was looking at since it was a 5 minute setup was I was looking at this bounce, this looks like a bullish candle to me. The next candle is the candle I traded. So once I saw that retested the descending resistance and then the attempt to push higher, that's what this candle was. It was a new 5 minute candle making it high. You know what I was like expecting was just a break of high day, but it failed. No big deal. This is to me still a winning trade. As you can see, I was in pretty heavy. I took my full buying power, almost 2,000 shares. So I wasn't willing to hold this thing after it rejected. I'll show you what the candle looked like on the 15-second chart. Once I saw this, I got in here, and then I saw this big body red candle pretty much showing a double top, and I got out almost instantly. As you can see, I only lost 5 cents. So to me, it's a red trade, but it's still a winning trade because I followed my plan. I liked the setup, um, and my stop was as good as it gets for a failing trade in my eyes. I could have stopped out maybe quicker if I just had better reaction time, but I'm not going to just panic sell. I sold as soon as I thought the trade was invalidated, and I think I was right. So to me, and I think a lot of traders need to look at it this way. You have three outcomes of a trade. You have a winning trade where the trade goes up higher, and then you can judge your trade based off how well you sell and exit. You have a break even trade where obviously the stock goes up and then it just comes back down your entry, and you're just like, you're like, I'm just gonna get out here. It doesn't look like it's got enough momentum to push higher. Or you have a small loser, and I think a 2% loser is as good as it gets for a loser. So Those should be your three outcomes. The fourth outcome is what kills a lot of traders is a large loss. So if you get caught holding and hoping, or your entry was way too high based off risk to reward, and you mess up your trade, that's the fourth outcome, and that's the outcome you guys need to stay away from because it really just messes up your progress, especially in a small account. Um, any big loss just sets you back like a week, as you can see. Like, for example, this $300 loss, it took me, I started climbing out of the drawdown with these 2 days, then I took another loss. And then I think it was until this day I got out of drawdown on the 13th. So it took me pretty much a week to get out of drawdown. Let's see if I was correct here. Yeah. So the 13th is when I got out of drawdown. So that's a week of progress because I had two red days. The one on Friday was fine, but this one was way too big, 12%. And this was an emotional trade. This is my only emotional trade I've had during this small account challenge. What happened was I took two small losses, and there was a stock that was moving with a lot of range, and I took a third trade. I didn't even have my cash wasn't even settled. I just said screw it. I'll take one hit on the um, whatever you get penalized. I think you get like three of them in a year before they actually do something. But I was like, whatever, I'll take it. I want to get green. The stock's moving. So that was like a revenge trade. I didn't even have my cash settled. I took that trade and the thing slammed down on me as soon as I entered. So that was a well-deserved loss. I took three losses on this sixth. But yeah, anyway, going back to my point was it was a big loss, and then I got another loss, and so it took me a week to get out of that drawdown. You don't want to do that. Your drawdown should last maybe a day or two if you take a small enough loss. Like here, this loss 5%, even though it was a slightly bigger than what I wanted, I still got up the next day, and then I built profit. This drawdown, 2%, I'm most likely going to get out of it tomorrow. I haven't had back-to-back red days yet, but the market does seem like it's kind of slowing down a little bit. Things are still moving, but not with as much clear direction. It's kind of chopping around it a bit, so which is fine. I can still capitalize on it. I just, caught a trade that didn't want to go higher, and that's that. No big deal. Um, I think I could have traded a little bit better today. I really think I could have been a little more ballsy on this double bottom. I do like these double bottoms on these type of trades where you get the dip, the pop up, usually around to VWAP, and then you get the dip back down. And then what you see, I see this so often, is you see something close to double bottom, and then you see the curl through that pivot here. So I've taken these trades before, and I wish I took this trade because I could have got in on this dip once I saw the tail forming, maybe around 520s, 530s. And like I said, if I just held to VWAP, that's like about $6. So I could have sold some there and maybe held for the push higher. So I wish I took this trade. Like I said, it had enough range on it. I was just kind of, I don't know, just kind of trading a little scared today because the market didn't seem that great. Um, but besides that, small red day, no big deal. This week I'm looking at, so I had a 7% trade, lost two. I'm sitting around 5%. So if I can just have finished this week strong, I'm still fine for the month. Like I said, I'm looking to get around 30 to 35% of the month. I don't think I'll hit my 40% goal, especially if the market's slowing down a little bit. So that's where I'm sitting today. Not a big deal, like I said. Keep the losses small and just keep climbing. And that's what I plan on doing. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and stay safe.